Hi, Phil Healy, Superintendent of Public Works for the Village, here on Arbor Day 2023 with our display of Arbor Day collection. These are just some samples of the Arbor Day posters celebrating over the past 30 years that we've been able to collect and hang on to. And I just wanted to share all that with everybody, with the different trees that we have and what we try to do, what the Public Works Department and the village supports a good tree planting program, hundreds of trees, more than you can imagine that we planted over the 30 years, even though trying to do our fair share of thinking locally and acting globally. So take a look around and any different trees that we're growing in our nursery, some of the red pines and the white spruces and the skipjack laurels, and many more trees that you see planted out. So there's just samples of some illustrations of things. You can see. The posters date back from about 1996 to now, and we just try to share it, and we keep our collection going, and hope you enjoy it. So some of the trees that we're growing out, this is a nice red pine, about 3 years old in the pails. And we have older trees and bigger trees that we grow out, and eventually they'll find places in our parks or along the highway easements, and any place we can find a good home for them where they're out of the way and can prosper and grow. And this nice sample. Okay, yeah. So some of the trees that we're growing out. This is a nice red pine, about 3 years old in the pails, and we have older trees and bigger trees that we grow out, and eventually they'll find places in our parks or along the highway easements, and any place we can find a good home for them where they're out of the way and can prosper and grow. And this nice sample of our spruces, more red pines, and the laurels, and some of the bigger trees that you see planted around. We'll buy those already at an older stage and grow them out for a couple of years before we put them in the field in front of your homes. So again, a lot of the samples of the trees that we put out are the flowering dogwoods and different trees. So some of the information you can find at the DPW, or types of trees we plant. We try to follow recommended trees such as this that would be under wires, and that would be, we don't want the planted tree that's going to grow up and the utility has to cut it back so severely that it never really reaches its fruition of being a great tree. So they try to grow a little lower, and other ones might see our types of oaks that we plant. You can find information, and each one of these posts is different. Describe each different kind of tree. The maples, the flowering trees, the cherries that we're planting a lot of now. And we have some great pictures of them along the exercise trail, where we have our new cherry lane going up. It's blooming great, and we had great blossoms this season. The weather was just perfect for that. Okay, so back here in Village Hall, in the back hallway, a section of the wall back here was provided to us for Public Works information. But one of the things we're very proud of is that we've been, for 39 years now, we've been officially recognized as a Tree City USA by the National Arbor Day Foundation. And these are just some of the notices that we have received, and this goes back to the original designation we had way back when the program was started. There's maybe 2 or 3 other cities or towns throughout the state that have a few, might be a year or 2 ahead of us, but we're right up there in the top 5 of villages and towns in the state that have been designated tree cities for the longest time. Again, Tree City Awards, our Community Stewardship Award, and all our plaques, and they're back here in the back hall of Village Hall. And we're very proud to hang them up and continue our mission to keep it green. And as part of our final part of our Arbor Day Festival is our homemade Arbor Day cookies, which, I provided the muscle behind the operation. I did have a supervisor overseeing my baking skills and burning skills, and throwing away a lot of dough that didn't work out too well. But it's a nice little stamp we have for the tree, and delicious sugar cookies, and next Arbor Day coming down, maybe you can get some. One other thing, if you're interested in getting a tree, we're at the Department of Public Works at 548 Merrick Road, 516-599-8838. And if you order a tree, we'll come inspect the site and discuss with you what would be appropriate for the tree. Again, we want to avoid trees that have current infestations that are killing some of our trees, or have certain issues with them, with disease-wise. So we keep on changing the varieties. We try not to have all one variety on a street, keep away from the monocultures, and develop a very diverse urban forest, community forest.
Plant a tree for your tomorrow. It's your tree that clears the air. Plant a tree, trees for America. Plant a tree today for all the world to share. Taste the breeze's life inside you. Make a promise to the earth. Plant a tree, now is the time to recognize a tree for all that it is worth.
Plant a tree
for your tomorrow. It's your tree that clears the air. Plant a tree, trees for America. Plant a tree today for all the world to share. To rest in, make a place for birds to sing. Plant a forest for the future, where the breath of life begins with every spring. Plant a tree for your tomorrow. It's your tree that clears the air. Plant a tree, trees for America. Plant a tree today for all the world to share.
What is Arbor Day? A day to celebrate and plant trees. After all, we couldn't live without them. It's a day with deep roots at the Morton Arboretum. We share a family history. On April 10, 1872, Nebraska held the first Arbor Day. 1 million trees were planted. That's enough to fill over 12,000 football fields. a newspaper editor and eventual Secretary of Agriculture named Julius Sterling Morton founded that first Arbor Day in America. Within 10 years, the celebration moved to schools. Children across the country planted trees and grew up beside them. Over time, other countries established their own versions of Arbor Day. Now it's the biggest day of the year at the Morton Arboretum, which was founded in 1922 by Joy Morton, the son of the man who started Arbor Day. With your help, every day can be Arbor Day, because trees need champions year-round.
God made the earth beautiful, full of abundant trees that we can see around. Trees are very important to humans and animals to survive in this world. But as you can see, a lot of trees are cut down for various reasons, including building houses and furniture, opening up land for new use and more. This process can damage environments, but the negative effects can be prevented when it is done mindfully with efforts to help restore a healthy environment. But how? By planting a new one. To plant trees is to give body and life to one's dreams of a better world.